25 yards out, took it to the edge of the box just as he hit it. Casale had swept across to save the day. That will go behind for an Inter corner kick from the right side, and Federico Di Marco with a deadly left boot. Seeing what he's capable of. He's just bumped the broadcasting microphone. 5th minute of play, 0-0. Lazio Inter. Di Marco brings it in. Really nice delivery, and Bisek, he's headed down. Looked as though he's either miscued that or it's come off a Lazio defender. I think Inter might have another go here, because that's been angled down and somehow made it over the crossbar. Had to have come off the defender. There was no Inter player in front of him. Match officials tell Di Marco where to position the ball. Look for every centimetre, don't they? At this level, you need it. It's all about the 1%ers as we just tick over into the 6th minute of play. Di Marco lining up as if he's taking a rugby conversion. One arm goes up. The service is forthcoming. And again, delivered to the middle. Providel with a one-fister. Turin with a header back in. Barella hooks it back over. Bastoni's there. The volley comes. Now, did that hit a body or an arm or a face? Whistle's gone. Lazio free kick. It's against young Bisek, who's been quite busy. Did he win it illegally against Immobile? There's a Cheddaby looking to stun his former sides with a volley. He can't hit them. The evergreen Inter defender, spent 4 seasons with Lazio. He's also an ex-Inter player in the Lazio camp. It's Matthias Vecino, the Uruguayan midfielder. Out from the back line, down the right side. Lazio will win a throw just up near the halfway line. Lazzari, I suspect he'll be a busy boy one way or another. It's all about maintaining possession, though. Inter have had the majority of it, 2/3 at this point. Back from Gila. It's a blessing of trust from Lazio Sarri. All of a sudden, Inter win it high up. Gila included in this side. It's just his 4th Serie A appearance this season. Now out to the left. It's Tura trying to make some space in the middle. It's a crowded penalty box. All of a sudden, Lazio with a loose ball. Immobile coming forward. He'll look to the left side. Comes towards Kamada. Shipping out Zaccagni. Comes to a standstill against Barella. Now there's a chance for Rovella. Not the quickest midfielder, but has a really nice delivery. Can hit free kicks. Will be the set piece taker at times if Lazio continue to get set pieces. Down the right, Lazzari. Everyone back for Inter. There's not much space between the lines. It's a right side tilt for Lazio. Can they stretch? Inzaghi's 11. They've only conceded 7 times. They've scored 37. And Lazio have one of the best defensive records, but they've conceded over double what Inter has. 16 goals against 7. And they've scored less than half of Inter's total of 37. Just 16 times for Lazio. And that'll be why they're in 10th position. They need better service into the box. The cross came from Guendouzi. Immobile was earmarked for him. Now it spills back to Kamada. Touch from Zaccagni. Immobile out to the left side. He's stalked down by Bisek. Now Zaccagni. This is a good little spell with Bianco Celesti. The overlapping run. The Japanese. Daichi Kamada to the back post. They'll go over Felipe Anderson's head, and all of a sudden it's Lautaro Martinez. Goes through the legs of Lazzari, kept in by Anderson. He'll be looking for any kind of half chance he can get, because 4 goals in his past 5 games against Inter last season. There were 2-3-1 results between these two sides. It was one here by Lazio. Felipe Anderson also bet on Pedro. The goal scorers, of course, Lautaro Martinez for Inter. But in the reverse fixture, which was in April earlier this year, it was 3-1 at the Giuseppe Meazza San Siro, you might know it as, up in Milan. Martinez with a double. And the departed Robin Gosens is in departed, transferred away from the club. He's with Union Berlin now. Joined Leonardo Bonucci there. They scored the 3 goals, and Felipe Anderson got that one for Lazio in that 3-1 loss. There's only 4 goal scorers in this starting of 11 for Lazio. But as for Inter, as we have a look around, there's 7 of their outfield players have scored goals, and that was what Napoli were able to do last season, as All of a sudden, Martinez, sliding intervention from Rovella, made sure that Gila could get there, go back to the keeper. Now they'll come down the right side. Lazio in the 10th minute at 0-0 at the Stadio Olimpico. All of a sudden, there's a whole heap of space for Kamada, and Zaccagni can come forward. He's got a runner on the inside. He decides to go around Darmian. It'll sit for Marusic. The Montenegro back for Zaccagni, who did score in the last Serie A outing against his former side, Verona. 1-1 draw for Lazio. And Inter coming off, 14 games, undefeated in all competitions, 9 on the trot. They're undefeated in Serie A as Inter clear their lines. And on the left side, will be thrown back in by Gila. Finds Marusic, straight back down towards Zaccagni territory. Got a game plan. It looks as though Sarri is committed, as his side are, but we're only 10 minutes into it. Big travelling contingency. The Bene Amata, the much-loved Nerazzurri, and the Curva Nord supporters. They've made the journey down, but of course it's a sea of a brighter shade of blue. Quality that Serie A gives us on a weekly basis. We've had 4 winners in the past 4 seasons. They might get another winner in the Premier League this year, you never know. Don't think it's going to happen in Germany though. Real Madrid looking good in Spain. Inter would be looking to win their second in 4 years. Now all of a sudden, down the left side, Immobile into the box. It's a good ball by Zaccagni over the top towards Felipe Anderson. It'll fall on the volley to Kamada, hit someone. Was that Bastoni in the way? And it will spin away for a corner right side as we go into the 12th minute of the game. Both sides pulling a couple of punches each. No knockout blow yet as Kamada went for the volley. And yes, it did come off Alessandro Bastoni, who's in for his 11th of the season, was out for a couple of weeks injured. So over on the right, it is Rovella. Gendouzi at the near post, goes over his head. Nobody there, but Ella will get the ball and went for a little dink over the top. Was there a handball that'll come away for Thuram in any case, over halfway? Had his pocket picked. Goes to Lazzari, who was covering on the left side. He'll have to get up towards his named position, right defence. You have Gendouzi there, the Frenchman, making the run into the right half space. Now overcame Acerbi, saw it away. Lazio throw. Back it goes for Lazzari. He's known for his pace. 5 years with Spal and now 5 years with Lazio. Is there a famous win over the league leaders here? Lazio won another corner. It's come off Mkhitaryan. Right side once more. Can they turn this pressure into some scoreboard pressure? Rovella, Zaccagni, Immobile, all lining up on the edge of the box. Up comes Gila, and again it's hit way too long. Barella read it. A couple of deft touches. The ball released towards Çalhanoğlu, that peeled forward. Again, Lazio can soak it up. Kamada, Lazzari on the left side. It's had a really good game so far. He's probably not the best tactically, but he's got pace to burn. Now Kamada, edge of the box. Out for Zaccagni. He's only got Immobile to aim at. Goes towards him. Good delivery. Seen away by Acerbi. Immobile and Acerbi would have spent hours and hours training with each other here at this stadium and also at Formello. Lazio coaching grounds. Leaving a couple of seasons ago to join Inter. Got them to the Champions League final. Had to mark up on Erling Haaland. And recently he's done the job on the likes of Victor Osimhen. Although the Nigerian was coming back from injury. But a good time to get Napoli at the Maradona. 3-0 win for Inter there was spectacular. Lazio also winning that. It's something that Sarri's been able to do That's a wayward pass by Bissek, collected by Felipe Anderson. Some danger here. Comes in towards Immobile, and Acerbi, as trusty as ever, sees off the danger. Out from Rovella, back to the right again. Felipe Anderson has come off Çalhanoğlu, conveniently bouncing for Jan Sommer, who hasn't been forced to make a save despite Lazio's dominance in this game. Now, did that hit an arm? I don't think they're going to go to VAR. There was an outstretched arm by an Inter player in the box. Now Bissek will be nervy about the next pass, but it's good. Finds Çalhanoğlu, over the top it goes. A gorgeous looking switch out to the left where Di Marco finds Thuram. Up against the byline he goes, he cuts it back. There's a real danger here, but it bounces away from Mkhitaryan. Çalhanoğlu and Barella, they just need to find the ball on the edge of the box. Lazio nearly coming undone. Zaccagni will get it in his own defensive half. Taken down by Barella. He's wearing a pair of gloves. I don't blame him. It's very chilly in this part of the world right now. The two Italian internationals going at it. And just looking at the vision, Çalhanoğlu didn't come off his arm, it came off his torso. Quarter of an hour is up, 0-0. At the Olimpico, Lazio and Inter Serie A on Flash Score. If you want to use the app, you can check out the stats. It's an XG of 0.26 for Inter, just 0.05 for Lazio. But here they come again down the right flank. Anderson, good ball in. Guendouzi hit it straight into Acerbi. Another corner. Well, I won't say Lazio look awful when coming forward. They look a little disorganised. But Inter are standing up to wave after wave. And into the backside of Acerbi, it'll go out for surely another Rovella set piece. It was Alberto on the bench, otherwise he would be the number one. Earlier this evening, the other side that plays at the Stadio Olimpico, Roma losing to Bologna 2-0. It's a 6-pointer. Bologna into the top four above Napoli. Lazio need to peg back this huge gap. In it comes short. It's sat for a volley that came from Casale, no power on it. Ends up with Jan Sommer, who'll roll it out towards Barella down the right flank, as Inter, who have been starved of the ball in the last 5 minutes especially. Again go through Bissek. Çalhanoğlu. So far their best passage of plays come through the Turkish midfielder down towards Di Marco, then Thuram. And his cut back off the byline. Lazio managed to see the ball away. On the benches, Basic, Castellanos, Cataldi, Huzai, Luis Alberto, Mandas, Patrick, Pedro, Luca Pellegrini, Ruggeri, Sepe and Vecino. Go through Inters in a moment. Guendouzi slips the ball in. Can't get it from the right half space to the left for Immobile. There was 4 Inter players in between them in any case. Inter's bench: Agumet, Arnautovic, Aslani, Audero, Carlos Augusto, Di Gennaro, Fratesi, Klassen, Pavard, Sensi and Stabile. A decent ball from Mkhitaryan, vertical towards Martinez. He's rolling on the ground. He wants to see a yellow card shown. Lazio comes across. He's summoned by the referee. Lautaro grabbing at his right ankle, his Achilles area. He looks okay. I think he's milking this for everything he can get. Lazio coming into the back of him, just bundled him over. It was unnecessary, but perhaps sending a statement that they're willing to chop legs when needed. Doesn't need much space. The Serie A leading goal scorer, 14 goals and 2 assists. He leads Domenico Berardi, who scored twice earlier this afternoon against Udinese, leads him by 5 goals. Big opportunity for Lautaro to get his best season ever. It required 22 goals for him. He scored 93 since joining from Racing Club. Free kick about 35 yards directly in front. Di Marco in pole position, you'd think. 3 in the wall for Lazio. He'll be swept towards goal by Çalhanoğlu. Comes off the wall. Felipe Anderson has to beat 2. He'll win a throw. Superbly done. Just over the halfway mark, right side. Now out from Marusic. He'll go long down the channel. Nearly found Immobile at the back, and across came Darmian. Now Bisek is swap places with Matteo Darmian just for the moment. Dribbles his way past Kamada, shoulder to shoulder with Zaccagni, and Bisek's won a free kick. The linesman right there. Zaccagni will be careful not to get a yellow card in this situation. Letting the fourth official know exactly what he thought of that decision. Never ends well, not in the Italian league. Authoritarian to a degree. There's an arm in the box here. An interesting one is Lazio clumsy in defence. Marusic turn back in for Rovella. Inter might be anticipating Avacek. He wasn't in the area. Just passing it around, it was poor control. I think it was Gila. And Guendouzi will switch it back up. It's Casale. Forward it comes to Kamada. Some space to run into as he crosses the halfway line. Out to the left, Zaccagni. Now has Marusic down the touchline, but Zaccagni comes inbound, finds Kamada about 40 yards away from Sommer's goal. A little bit of indecision. Back for Mario Gila, former Real Madrid player. Played a couple of games there before moving on. He's only 23 years of age. There is no Romagnoli, club captain, unavailable. Kamada back from Marusic, who's preferred over the Albanian Elsin Hizai. All the way back to Providel. It's a cult hero, not just in Rome, but many parts of the world after his header. That's a lovely passage of play as Lazzari receives down the right side, in for Immobile. Chiude doesn't want to shoot. In the right half space. That's Sommer flapped at it. The cross from Immobile looking for Zaccagni. Inter again. Now they've done well to clear. Rovella back towards halfway. Go to the flash score app and have a look at some of the other results, as there's a spin hack manoeuvre from Darmian. One possession back beautifully, but again Lazio come. Rovella will switch play out to the right side for Lazzari. Is just having a look at the possession stats. It is back now in Lazio's favour. 61%. 4 goal attempts to 3 for them. Guendouzi now. Felipe Anderson, the Brazilian, corralled into the corner. Now Guendouzi arriving. The long-haired Frenchman coming over from Marseille. Yet to get a goal in Serie A, despite scoring one against Napoli, as the ball comes in and out comes Sommer. In between two Lazio strikers, bravely. He will collect it as Guendouzi got it around the back of Bastoni. Looks a little out of sorts. Immobile flung his leg at it. Zaccagni was waiting on the other side of Sommer. And it was Gila at the other end. I think Barella had the half appeal. The ball bouncing up awkwardly off the body onto the, I don't want to say the elbow, a little higher up the arm than that, but the arm was outstretched. Kind of clumsy play that sends hearts racing, not just in the stands, but on the pitch. You've been given a big chance in your fourth Serie A game of the season. Gila, big raps coming through the Real Madrid B system. Cannot give away cheap free kicks in those areas or penalties. Now Providel's clearance will go out for Bisek to throw back in. Just on the left side for Inter, around halfway. The arm wrestle continues between Inzaghi and Sarri. I'd actually like to see that in real life. Javier Zanetti, Beppe Marotta. The Inter hierarchy are here. Vice President and Sporting Director. Inter finishing third last season. Lazio finishing second. It was an anomalous year with Napoli winning their first title for just over 3 decades. Lazio haven't won it for about 22 years. They were a long way away from Napoli. That was Bisek gets a little slap to the face. Now the referee, Fabio Maresca. It's another unnecessary moment from Mattia Zaccagni, just raising his arm to stop Bisek from his momentum forward in the middle of nowhere, just in the centre of the field. Into with a free kick, and it will relieve some pressure. I think Zaccagni has to be on his last warning before at least he gets a yellow card. Still yet to have one. No match events. Bisek. He has to make the most of his opportunity here because Pavard is back, the French signing. He was about 30 million euros in the summer, coming over from Bayern Munich. He's back on the bench. There were some fears that he wouldn't be back till next year. Long ball over the top. It's a high foot from Barella. Gila went down. It's taken quickly by Rovella. And Guendouzi now. Out towards the right side, a diagonal run. He'll play it out so Gila can be treated. 26 minute of play, Lazio nil, Inter nil. And I think there's going to be a yellow card. Who's that going to? I think it might be Marcus Thuram. He's asking for forgiveness. It's actually his high boot. With Mario Gila, a little casual. Good news is, sportsman-like conduct is they've shaken hands. Claudio Lotito, the Lazio president, in attendance as usual. I think he's done rather well to get Lazio to a second place finish. He'll be looking for at least the top 6 finish this season. They're not expected to get past the second round of the Champions League. We will see who they get. Maurizio Sarri saying he wouldn't mind getting Barcelona. Both Inter and Lazio losing to their Spanish rivals on match day 6. Lazio losing to Atletico 2-0. And Inter, they were playing Real Sociedad 0-0 in Milan. It was a lineup that was fairly strong. Turam Sanchez up forward. Fratesi getting a start over Barella. And Juan Cuadrado is now out with an Achilles injury. Started on the right side of midfield, Carlos Augusto at the back. So a few changes from that side. As for Lazio, it was 2-0 away in Madrid to Atletico. Griezmann and Lino with those goals. Now Zaccagni can come forward. He's hugging the touchline, and again Marusic makes the decoy run. Zaccagni inbound to the edge of the box. Lovely ball. Immobile with a header, but it goes a little wide of the right post. And he got up high, wonderful vertical leap. He's 33 and still as fit as they come. It was all about the delivery from Mattia Zaccagni over the top of Acerbi. Di Marco had no chance to contain Immobile. Serie A goals in the last 5 seasons, 114 for him, 93 for Martinez, 81 for Cristiano Ronaldo. I wonder what he would have tallied up if he stayed on instead of going back to Manchester United. $200 million a season with Al Nassr. Some wage, of course. Lautaro Martinez will be on the short list for the next Saudi spending spree. Inter out towards the left. It's been passed around their back line. Bastoni will switch it to Bisek. And forward the ball comes. Thuram, the back heel. Martinez won't get there in front of Rovella. He'll find Zaccagni again. It's all about Zaccagni and Lazzari for Lazio. Guendouzi's been a busy boy as well. Now Gila. 1 or 2 contentious, nervy moments for the Spanish centre-back. He's playing it on the left side of the back centre-half pair. Guendouzi out towards Lazio as they get to about 25 yards out. A good header away from Bissek as it came to the penalty spot and Kamada was waiting. Lazio just need to find half a yard outside the box as now into silky smooth skills. Bastoni coming forward. We'll find Barella continued his run. Chips it back into the centre. Thuram comes, as does Martinez. The shot comes from Thuram. It's flashed well wide of the far post in from the left half space across Providel, across the goal. As Barella's ball in from the right side. It was a Hail Mary clearance from Gila and Casale, and Thuram went for the curler in at the far post. And at the other end it was Zaccagni. Put it on a sixpence, they say, for the Faccia, the Testadura di Ciro Immobile. It's got that rock solid forehead. He's so good in the air. At the other end, Thuram, he's got the height advantage. You'd think over Martinez, offers more of an aerial presence, but so Lautaro Martinez, no slouch. Long ball from Lazio, picked off by Sommer. Quick throw. Çalhanoğlu, Barella. It's easy to spot them out there, both of them wearing the black gloves. Colour-coded, of course, to be with the dark stripe on the away orange kit for Inter. Çalhanoğlu. That is a ball that's speared down the middle. Di Marco makes the run to receive from Martinez as he found Lazzari. Battle of the two speedsters down there. Di Marco in the current Italian setup under Luciano Spalletti, qualified for Euro 2024. Lazzari has been part of Mancini's Italian squad, but with the rise of Giovanni Di Lorenzo, really doesn't have much of a chance, not even the likes of Calabria. As Rovella ran into danger, Thuram comes and into to the edge of the area. Rovella, they gave it away, Barella picks it up. Now the chip ball back in towards Thuram from Çalhanoğlu. The Turk out towards Di Marco. He'll fire in the cross. It'll deviate and go out for another corner. And this will come in from the left side for the Nerazzurri. 32nd minute at 0-0. Lazio and Inter. Something's got to give. Stats will show you now that it's still 56% with the home side. Inter started much the better in the first 10 minutes, had 2/3 of the possession. Then it was a long spell for Lazio. Just can't find space. In it comes from the left. Good delivery from Çalhanoğlu. The header away from Guendouzi. And Zaccagni will come back in from the left. Long ball, Thuram is there. It's a misdirected header out for a goal kick for Ivan Providel. Next games for Lazio is a trip to Tuscany to take on Empoli, which is from the side of Providel. As for Inter, they'll take on Bologna in the Coppa Italia. Bologna are flying. Really good form. I think Inter will have to be on guards as Acerbi goes back towards Sommer. Still hasn't been forced into a save despite collecting the ball. A couple of loose bounces around his penalty area. But he has full authority around Europe. In fact, 10 clean sheets, the most in the European top 5 leagues, equal with Nice. That's a poor ball in from Mkhitaryan. They'll go out for a goal kick for Lazio. Coming down the left, he had Rovella trailing him. He kicked it into Rovella, back onto the Armenian out web. And we've got 5 minutes to go. Providel to take. He's going to go long with this one. Lazio have looked a little shaky when passing the ball around their back third. So probably a good choice as Rovella will pick it up. That's definitely hit the arm of Barella won't matter as Zaccagni took the ball away. Was he tripped up? Referee says no. Darmian's there. Trying to go through the legs. Guendouzi's won it back. Now it's Felipe Anderson. Into the box he goes. And he was able to pull it back, and it's come off Di Marco. So that's another quarter for Lazio on the right side. And Lazio just need a lethal moment here. It'll be Rovella. They stack that penalty spot. Another high delivery. Marusic with a header. Dinks it back in. Lazio player's gone down. I think they're appealing for a penalty. It's Zaccagni. He's known to go down rather easily. I don't think this is simulation. There probably was some contact, but not enough to warrant the spot kick. But he's rubbing a part of his body. I'm not sure where. Screaming in agony. He's come off Di Marco. And maybe it's just an awkward landing. I think this is for real. Sometimes you just never know. Jan Sommer, the Inter-keeper, is concerned. And now Maurizio Sarri off his perch in the dugout has to come to the touchline to just assess the situation. The score at 0-0. Lazio's XG has risen from 0.04 to 0.84. All available in the Flash Score app earlier today. While we've got this injury break, Milan 3, Monza 0, Reinders, Simic and Okafor. Those are the 3 goal scorers. Giancarlo Simic came on as a substitute and scored. So congratulations to the Milan teenager. His first Serie A game and his first goal. Class of 2005. So that keeps Milan in the top 3. Fiorentina with a 1-0 win over Verona, and that was Beltran, the Argentinian striker, and that was after Juric missed a penalty for Hellas. Udinese 2, Sassuolo 2. Lorenzo Luca and Roberto Pereira had Udinese up 2-0 before they reduced to 10 men on the hour mark. Berardi with 2 penalties made it 2-2. Bologna then got a 2-0 win at the Renato Dall'Ara Stadium in Bologna. Moro with the opener. It was 1-0 at half-time. Christensen own goal was enough to get Thiago Motta's side. A big win over Jose Mourinho's. And Bologna is a 6-pointer for them. They were equal with Roma going into this one at 25 points apiece, and that is a big statement from them to now be seen as a candidate for European football for next season. Someone else will have to miss out. Would it be Lazio in this case, as Bissek made the forward run. Gets the ball back off Gila. Went down with some heavy contact. Referee blows the whistle. I think he's given the free. So Sarri might want to have a good hard think about Mario Gila's second half if he wants to keep him on the pitch, because he's looked quite worrisome at the back. I won't say it's lackadaisical defending, but there's been 1 or 2 hairy moments. Not reckless. But all you need is one sniff for Inter. They smell the blood and they will pounce and they will devour you. So this is a free kick opportunity just to the right of the penalty box, and it's very, very close to the goal line, about 2 or 3 yards back. Federico Di Marco will step up. So I'd say about 20 to 21 yards away from the right post. So it's an acute angle. He wants to open it up, maybe fire it, that it's at least on target to go in the goal. He's got Martinez in at the near post. Then 3 or 4 more Inter players on the 6-yard line. Referee on cue. He'll go to the edge of the box. The volley comes in. It was a nice set piece. Everyone thought it was going to go towards the near post. Çalhanoğlu hit it. And looking for his 8th goal of the season. Most of them penalties, and a scorcher against Napoli. Looking for the same kind of goal against Lazio here to break the game open. Stalemate so far from the back. This is where Lazio have given it up. Kamada sliding challenge. Di Marco get it out to Barella, and it comes, and that was another dangerous moment. Lazio not out of danger if it wasn't for the spectacular innovation of Mattia Zaccagni. extraordinary out from the back. He was able to turn his man, drop at the shoulder, take the ball away towards a touchline and win a free kick in the 39th minute. Matteo Darmian probably being Inter's weakest link in this particular game. They say you're only as strong as the weakest, and he's not too bad at all. Champions League final player, started his career with Torino. Oh, Marusic, bad back pass. Big chance here. Inter, it's Martinez around the keeper. Simply needs to slot it and does. That is a massive, massive error at the back from Adam Marusic. And that's what I was talking about a minute ago. They don't need much of a chance. They will persevere. They will pressure you. And they will beat an error out of you and dispatch it in the 40th minute. It's Lazio 0, Inter 1. Lautaro Martinez surging up to 17 goals. That's 15 goals in Serie A, 2 assists, and on the way to 22. That will be his best season. Goals in a calendar year, it's 29 now. He goes above Diego Milito, who got 28 back in 2012. He knew that the back pass was coming, and that was down to the stunning work of Marcus Thuram. And also the likes of Darmian on the right sides to force Marusic to go back towards the keeper. Martinez knew that that was the trigger moment to come forward and attack that space where Provedel would usually receive the back pass. Provedel dived for the ball in the right half space. Martinez over the slide from Gila. And Lazio now, with it all to do, Inter can sit back. League leaders, they don't need much of an opportunity, and they have taken a gift. Heads will drop in the city of Torino in the north. Juventus fans will be thinking, come on, Marusic, what are you doing? But they have looked a little shady on that side. Gila, Marusic there. Marusic has been bombing forward down that left touchline in attack, but now Sarri, they will have to come. They still have to be methodical, because now Inter can afford to sit back and play on the counter a little more. Lazio trailing before the half. Can they get the equaliser? They need their main man, Ciro Immobile, who has now over 200 goals for Lazio. He's led them to second round of the Champions League. They'll play in February. Pity the fool who plays Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham, probably the world's top player at the moment. And Napoli's already felt the wrath. They cannot get Real Madrid in the second round. They've already had them twice in the groups. Lazio possibly could. Same with Inter, who finished second in their group behind Real Sociedad, who are a real dark horse. The team from San Sebastian. That's a risky pass from Sommer, just around Immobile towards Çalhanoğlu. Now out to the left. Çalhanoğlu will eventually go down towards Thuram. This is a beautiful manoeuvre down the left side. Thuram with the pace to get in behind into the left half space. Shrugs off the man. Needs a teammate there. And Lazio can regather. Good defending in the end from Gila, who has atoned. Anticipated where the ball was going to be crossed in, raised his boot, and Thuram kicked it into it. They'll have a corner on the left side. Can Inter double their lead before the break? Il Biscione, the grass snakes. That's what it translates to, and that's Inter's nickname. And literally, Lautaro, like a grass snake, slithering in, intercepting that back pass, putting it away. One for the highlights reel, undoubtedly. Not for Adam Marusic, though. 31-year-old Montenegrin. 16th Serie A game for him. He's been one of the loyal servants for Maurizio Sarri in his 7th year. Probably the longest serving player, along with Immobile. That's in the current one stint. Of course, Felipe Anderson in his 8th season, but in 2 different stints. As we cross into the 45th minute. throw from Darmian out towards Çalhanoğlu. It's up high from Zakanya, pushing the back on Darmian. Out comes Gila and will sky it high. Immobile comes off his hip. It'll settle nicely for Felipe Anderson. All of a sudden the afterburners are on. Down the right side with Lazio. It's the man you want it with if you need it down there in a hurry. Felipe Anderson now will be corralled by Di Marco. It's come off Di Marco. See how much stoppage time. We should have at least 1 minute, because there was an injury to Zakanya. Marusic. Kamado needs to offer more. Japanese with big raps on him, coming over from Eintracht Frankfurt on a free transfer. Started his career with Sagan Tosu in Japan. Now playing here at the Olimpico. He makes the run into the right half space and will receive. Run out towards the quarter flag. And again, pressured by 2 or 3. Lazio gives it up. It was a nice interception from Lautaro Martinez. Now it's Çalhanoğlu down the left. Di Marco making the run. 2 of them remaining central. They've got their another siege coming. Di Marco through the legs. Just needs to cross it into the near post and earns a corner. It's come off Casale. Nearly out of puff. Federico Di Marco, after a long run in support, then had to take on the first man, who was Rovella. Got around him, went through the legs of Rovella twice. So 3 minutes of stoppages in the first half. We're into the first of those. Inter with another chance to double the lead before the break. It'll be a long way back up the mountain for Maurizio Sarri. Current standings, we'll have a look at those just as we head into the break. Delivery is good to the near post, and again Lazio can header behind. Ciro Immobile, defensive duties with the captain. From his point of view, he'll be in that dressing room asking for more help. Up forward, maybe Pedro needs to get into the game. Glancing header in from Bastoni. This time it's off a teammate. That'll be an Ivan Provedel goal kick. Zakanya in for his 100th Lazio game in all competitions tonight. There's a bloody nose here for Jan Bisek. A mountain of a man. He's got that Victor Osimhen physique. Don't know if he's got the pace or the finishing ability. Don't think so. He's a centre-back, but one player who does have the finishing ability is Lautaro Martinez. 15 times this season he has slotted. Can he beat the record if he keeps going like this? The Serie A record of 36 goals, which Immobile is a joint holder of, along with the Gonzalo Higuain. His time with Napoli. Just a poor error from Marusic to go back to the keeper. He'll look to shake that off and forget about that and reset at the break as we go into the 3rd minute. Bisek about to come back on. We might have 4 minutes, considering that Bisek's needed to be treated and the referee stopped play again. Out towards Lazio on the right as Lazio go into the attacking half. Felipe Anderson, good pass into Guendouzi. Now he'll pick the ball back up because his teammate was offside. It's a good header away from Darmian in front of the keeper, but in the end it's a belated offside call from the linesman. Flag eventually went up as Lazio has lost 2, drawn 2 and won just 1 in their past 5 Serie A games. Look as though they don't really have much in terms of answers. Just 16 goals scored in the first 15 games. Conceded 17 now. Coming off a 2-0 loss. And Simone Inzaghi, the former Lazio coach, won a couple of Coppa Italias. Won it again with Inter. Failed in his quest as Champions League boss. Maurizio Sarri, though, has been there with some of the big clubs as well. Napoli, Chelsea, Juventus. Unlike Inzaghi, he's won a Serie A title, although it was a token title. Juventus' 9th in a row. Then they let go of him, unbelievably, as Martinez fights for possession. Scrappy, but he wins it. Out it goes towards Barella. There's some spaces. Darmian overlaps. He'll receive. Not too wide. First touch is heavy. Cross comes Marusic. Back for Barella now. Referee has called time on the first half. It ends 1-0 for the yes. The Nerazzurri playing in the away orange. Sneaking in. Lautaro Martinez in the 40th minute, rounding the goalkeeper after intercepting a back pass from Adam Marusic. It's heartbreaking for Lazio and their fans, but not for Inter, who continue to steamroll everyone in their wake. 16 games, 15 and a half for them at this point, 41 points on the board. They will be 4 points above Juventus with this win. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes for the second half here on Flash Score. Lazio 0, Inter 1. down the likes of Napoli. And now they are here for the scalp of Lazio. Number 1 and 2 from last season. Napoli, the defending champions. They've dispatched with them at the Maradona 3-0. Inter leads the Stadio Olimpico by a goal to nil. That was Lautaro Martinez rounding the keeper, and that's slotting at the near post on the left foot after a back pass from Adam Marusic. Simone Inzaghi in charge of Inter, former Lazio coach, former Scudetto winner with Lazio the last time they won it, and now a big opportunity for him to make his mark as a coach, winning the Serie A. Perhaps I wouldn't say a favourite for the Champions League. They definitely weren't last season either. Inter will kick us off the second half. They're wearing the orange strip. They made the Champions League final. Didn't deserve to lose it, really. Had their opportunities, just couldn't take it. Big Romelu Lukaku spurning one at the end. Rodri's goal was enough for Manchester City to clinch their first. Inter have won it a couple of times previously. The last time under Jose Mourinho, the treble. And they'll be looking to do that again this season. Can they get there? A big step would be a win here in Rome as Lazio pinch the ball back after the kickoff. Kamada gives it away and Bisek will return it to the goalkeeper. Home side in the first half, well, they were excellent with their tenacity in the middle of the pitch. It's all about footballing IQ, and Inter just taking their moment when they could. Thuram's looked dangerous down the left flank. Now Kamada trying his luck up against Bisek. He's going to lose that physical battle. The big German sees the ball behind, and that'll be a goal kick for Jan Sommer. First minute is up in the second half. Inter going from right to left. And it goes towards Di Marco, still in their defensive third, back for Bastoni. Lots of space between he and Acerbi. One side of the goal mouth to the other. Now Bisek down the right side. Pavard's on the bench. See if he gets some minutes towards the end of this one, coming back from injury. No change in the starting 11s, but we'll take you through those. Inter with Sommer in goal, Acerbi, Bastoni, Bisek, the three central defenders. Damian on the right side, Di Marco on the left. Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan supporting Martinez and Thuram. So Bisek now getting around Zaccagni, who was probably Lazio's best player in the first half. Lazio out there with Provedel, a 4-3-3 with Gila, Casale at the two central defenders. Lazio on the right, Marusic on the left, Guendouzi, Rovella and Kamada. Three midfielders, and Immobile, Zaccagni, Felipe Anderson up forward. Felipe Anderson has scored 4 times against Inter in his last 5 games. Well, that's well won by Lazio in the middle. Here comes Rovella. Wants to get to the edge of the box. Still going. Surely needs to score. Goes for the near post, and it is saved by Jan Sommer. Who else? 10 clean sheets so far, the most in Europe. You have to do better than that to beat him. He sliced and diced his way through that Inter backline, so he's shown that they can be pierced when necessary. He's won a corner for his side. He immediately goes out to the right corner flag. The delivery comes in towards the near post. Kamada on the rebound. He'll chip it to the back post, and there's a header up and away. Inter looking to clear it out for a throw. I think they've achieved that. The referee tonight is Fabio Maresca. He points to the corner flag, and there's a good spell here for the home side in the first few minutes of the second half. Can they hit back? With Rovella leading the way. He won it back in midfield, got through the defence, a one-on-one with Sommer, and he went for the near post instead of angling it across the keeper. Sommer stuck his leg out, saved. This is the second corner since. 22-year-old Rovella. Wonderful delivery. Good defending. Inter holding their lines. Away by Thuram, a high up and under. Forward comes Lazzari. Just chips it into the corner. Di Marco will let it run. Inter with a throw deep in their own defensive territory. It was Rovella's shoulder to shoulder with Çalhanoğlu, who was just knocked off balance. It was legally done. Rovella getting forward. I'm not sure if the Inter defence thought that there was a late whistle for a foul against Rovella in the lead-up, but there was none. It was one legally, and that is perhaps a warning shot for Inter. Really, Lazio needed to equalise there to have any chance of winning this game. They are quite perceptive. They've got lots of ammunition on the bench, but do they have enough to beat Jan Sommer? Clearly the best goalkeeper in the league this season. No Dumfries, no Sanchez, De Vrij or Quadrado. Also no Romagnoli and Isaacsen for Lazio. So the bench is still there with Agome, Arnautovic, Aslani, Aldero, Carlos Augusto, Di Gennaro, Fratesi, Klaassen, Pava, Sensi and Stabile. That's the Nerazzurri backline. The bench. And the bench for Lazio, Basic, Castellanos, Cataldi. There's a player down here. Just see what's happened here. Casale went up. He was knocked off balance by Thuram. An awkward landing on his backside and his hip. He's immediately putting the teeth. So Cataldi, Huzai, Luis Alberto, Mandas, Patrick, Pedro, Luca Pellegrini, Ruggieri, Sepe and Vecino. Could be a case of the X. If Vecino can get a run, can score goals. Has scored a few since leaving Inter. He's very much a squad player. Did score for Inter in 21-22. Lazio, he has 4 Serie A goals. But it's all about that of Lautaro Martinez, who now has 15 in his 16 appearances. 2 assists in there. Rounding Ivan Provedel, putting the ball away quite easily over the sliding desperate challenge of Mario Gila. He's on the ball now. Back to Provedel as Lazio go from left to right in the second half. They're in their sky blue shirts. Provedel will pump it long towards Immobile. Good glance on. Zaccagni will control. Down Darmian goes to the line. Surely that's gone out of bounds. No, Cabana's there. Now Gila. Lazzari getting back to help out Provedel. Back to the keeper though. Lazio just need a minute to get a hold of themselves. Inter will be looking to keep them on the rack. A few nerves here and there as Bisek steams forward. He'll go towards Lautaro Martinez. Wonderful turn through the legs. Thuram will lay it off for Barella. Çalhanoğlu thought about the long range hits from in front, out towards Darmian. Çalhanoğlu again. Mkhitaryan. Di Marco, edge of the left penalty box, left side. Thuram. His pass telegraphed. Rovella in for Immobile. Can't find their way out of danger, but there's a foul. And Inter will have to retreat and set up their defences. Immobile needs a helping hand, just to say the least. Adam Marusic's back pass didn't really cover himself in glory, did he, with that one in the first half? A little demoralising, a little calamitous. The worries will be compounded though with the second goal from Inter, who are still looking rather tenacious, coming forward in the high press. Now there's a long ball down the left channel. Immobile stopped by Darmian. Now the back heel comes. Marusic, can he atone with a good delivery to the back post? Guendouzi's there. Did it hit Di Marco's arm? Don't think so. The French defender didn't bother going to the referee for penalty appeal. It's with Di Marco now at the left touchline, but it must have been this good body placement there from the Italian international. Inter can reset from the back. Scintillating from Lazio down that left side. But they need more support for Immobile if they're going to get something out of this game. As Mkhitaryan picks his way through, he's got Thuram running into the same space, and they'll give time for Lazzari to clear with Rovella. Rovella, I might just mention, if you just tuned in on Flash Score, he had a glorious opportunity in the first couple of minutes of this second half to equalise, but he put the ball straight at the outstretched leg of Jan Sommer. Had a one-on-one from an angle. Felipe Anderson. How long before we see the likes of Castellanos or Luis Alberto from Maurizio Sarri? Also Pedro. It's a tricky customer, but Luis Alberto is the player you go to in a time of need. Fantastic number 8 player. Sits on either side of the likes of Cataldo, Rovella. Zaccagni's been brought down. And this is a free kick for the Biancocelesti. That's against Matteo Darmian. Let's see how far away it is. It's over near the left touchline. It's about 24 yards back from the goal line. Almost 10 minutes gone in the second half. Darmian having some trouble getting back to his feet. Inter with the live standings, 41 points. That would be 4 above Juventus, who drew on Friday night, a 1-1 draw, a contentious one against Genoa. Penalty appeal was in there for Genoa, denied. Juventus holding on. Napoli, defending champions, back up to 5th. Here's the delivery for Lazio. Came in towards Felipe Anderson in the near post. It's repelled. And all the way back to Ivan Provida. Empoli's next game. It's away against Empoli. And they'll host Frosinone here. That's a Lazio derby. Don't confuse that with the name of this club. Lazio is the name of the state, the region that Rome is the capital of. And Frosinone are situated in that region. Good ball from Guendouzi to the chest of Immobile. Has support here. Big chance for Kamada. He sprays that away. Slicing, always going away from the goal. Did it hit an Inter defender on the way through? Guendouzi with a delicious ball in. Immobile, superb control. It went past Felipe Anderson. It fell to Kamada. And his first time attempt has gone fresh wide. No Inter touch on that one. So a goal kick out. Di Marco's given it away. Now Lazzari can restart. Kamada in the middle. Gets away from Lautaro Martinez. 3-1, 3-2. Third attempt. It'll bounce kindly for Di Marco to go high towards the head of Thuram. Çalhanoğlu out for Mkhitaryan. Good use of the body. Against Felipe Anderson. Retains possession. Chedby. Now Bastoni. Lazio did well to close down the angle. Gilo came off his line to win the header. Now it's a ball for Zaccagni. Needs Immobile to get into the right spot. Zaccagni jinking his way through to the back post. Immobile was waiting, so was Bastoni with a header. Back comes Thuram once more. Martinez into the back. Free kick every day of the week. So a good spell of pressure here. And Lazio looking okay considering their 10th place status. The 161st meeting between these two sides in the league. The ledger with Inter, 67 wins. Lazio with 39, 54 draws. Now Lazio would be doing themselves, and I guess the league, a big favour if they can get a result. Keep it nice and tasty. Juventus looking for their first title in 5 seasons. Those fans who feel that they were starved despite the gluttonous all-you-can-eat for 9 seasons straight. Good ball, shit down towards Zaccagni. Run at Bisek, take him on to the byline, puts it across the face. There's no one there. Felipe Anderson came to the near post. So did Immobile, running into the same space. They went to the back post. Inter with Mkhitaryan back inside for Çalhanoğlu. Immobile has come to life in the second half. Barella plays at the right side of central midfield. Good ball out for Di Marco. Was inch perfect, but Lazzari got a boot to it. Back it goes to Bastoni on the halfway line, left side. Çalhanoğlu, Barella. Bastoni Short pass, vertical one forward. Di Marco has to hurry back towards Çalhanoğlu, who's occupying left back with Bastoni forwards. Now Barella comes in to help him out just inside. The back pass comes and it's just gone past Immobile. Someone will chip it out. Darmian, lovely first touch. Now Tura. Darmian made the run forward. Lautaro's up there as well. The former Guingamp striker, son of Lilia, goes back in. Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, central trio there. It's good ball from Barella. Puts Lautaro Martinez into a little bit of space between the lines. Into content to keep possession. I've seen how dangerous Lazio can be. They are working that angle nicely from the centre of the pitch out to the left. And Zaccagni looks like he's up for it in the second half, but doesn't usually last the 90 minutes. Sommer comes out of his area. Will hit it long. Chested down by Marusic. Inter's next game in the Coppa Italia will be midweek. Bologna is their opponent. It will be in Milan. Then I've got Lecce in the league at home, Genoa away. Formidable setup from Simone Inzaghi. Still only conceded the 7 goals as we just hit the hour mark at the Stadio Olimpico at 1-0 for Inter over Lazio. Guendouzi inside. There's a collision there as now Lazzari is caught off. Rovella comes to just mark up in that area. Thuram will go down the left touchline. Inter coming forward. Thuram wants to win a corner. Triple teams. And now the clearance comes. Casale over the head of Guendouzi. And Bastoni will settle down play on the halfway line. Down the left with Inter going right to left. Çalhanoğlu, where's the number 20? Lovely ball into the half space. Out comes Provedel. Did he get the leg of Martinez? Referee was on hand. Mr. Maresca says it was okay. Now Felipe Anderson. Is there something down the other end? There's looked like an overload just for a second. Kamada was tripped up by Barella. Surely that's a yellow card for the Inter midfielder. Indeed, it's their second of the game. Thuram in the first half, Barella in the second. So we look to the benches to see who will give in first. Will Simone Inzaghi just reinforce with a couple of players that don't have a yellow card to come off, and look at Danny Klaassen could come on for Barella. So Agonese, a nice central midfielder. The obvious choice is Davide Fratesi and Stefano Sensi. So Lazio with a free kick. A yellow card for Nicolo Barella. It's about 8 paces in from the right touchline, about 35 back from the goal line. Now Provedel's getting some attention because that dive actually made some contact with Martinez, who ran in behind the Lazio defence. The keeper came out and automatically you can see that he was shouting and screaming straight away. 2 in the wall here for Inter. It's a long, long way from home. Edge of the box, we see Felipe Anderson. The 2 standing over this ball. Zaccagni will be the left foot delivery, and Rovella. And it comes from Rovella to the head of Guendouzi. Got there first. Immobile goes with a volley. Went for the glory. And it goes over the top of the goal, always rising. 63rd minute of the game. Lazio do look like they've got a goal in them. Castellanos, not sure if he can play up forward at the same time as Immobile. Not sure if Sarri would like to do that. The dynamics around the middle of the pitch will obviously be affected. Another option will be Luis Alberto to come in. So Rovella looks like he's doing okay in that central part of the pitch. And he's going to win the header Inter's clearance. Picked up by Mkhitaryan. Bastoni out for Di Marco, still in Inter's defending half. Down towards Lautaro Martinez on the left wing. taken a lot of touches. Back inside for Çalhanoğlu. Inter in no hurry. They lead this game and they look comfortable in possession. Pedro is another option. He likes to play on the left side of attack though, so that would be Pedro in for Zaccagni, you'd think. Felipe Anderson, silky skills, controls, goes back in for Rovella. Now Marusic, 30 metres without a player in front of him. He can come forward and find Zaccagni. Square it up for Rovella. Casale. Up for Lazzari. How's his service? He'll have to go for the cross. Goes straight into Di Marco. It'll sit conveniently. But Di Marco's clearance for Guendouzi. Back inside for Casale. He goes for the first time chip in. For Immobile, did it hit his arm? Referee said that it did. Disappointing ending for the Biancocelesti in this situation. They're Aquile, not flying at this point, the Eagles. And it's all come down to that horrific back pass from Adam Marusic. First change of the game is coming Lazio's way. Luis Alberto is on. Daichi Kamada has had his chance. Luis Alberto, boy, is he an architect in the middle for Lazio this season. He is into the game and should play on the left side of that midfield. Spaniard comes on at 31 years of age. And let's see how he goes. What he can add to this. His delivery is usually quite accurate. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist so far, in for his 15th of this season. First change of the game for either side. And Daichi Kamada won't add to his 1 goal. He scored the winner against Napoli. Now the ball put forward. It'll sit awkwardly here as Barella looks for Lautaro Martinez on the edge of the box. It's there for Thuram. Can he slot this for 2-0? Indeed he can. Took his chance, clinical, into the bottom right corner on the left. Lazio were in 6s and 7s at the back. And again, a poor spell of defending for the home side. Maurizio Sarri will be furious. 1 goal either side of half time. That is goal number 7 for Marcus Thuram in his debut Serie A season. Just needed the 1 clear-cut chance. It fell to Barella. Marusic again couldn't clear. Barella on the second attempt got it to Thuram over on the edge of the 6-yard box on the left side. He sliced that across Providel and through at 100 miles an hour. It was some desperate defending by Gila, and again it goes beyond him. The first goal going over him, the second one going under and between his legs. So the Spanish defender involved with both goals, but not in a good way. And he has been thrust into the net along with the ball from the kickoff. It's Lazio 0, Inter 2, and surely they will go on with this. Really take a capitulation for them to lose it. 2 goals to the goods, and Lazio now staring at a situation where they might only win 1 in their last 6. Good pressure from Lazio. They want to throw it up high on the left side. 68th minute of play. And it comes from Marusic. Back for Rovella. We're at 1-0 down. Should have equalised for 1-1. Those are the moments where you want it to go to an Immobile or a Felipe Anderson. But it was Rovella who won the ball back and had to go alone and try and finish. Now Lazzari back inside. Casale, good pass. Then the diagonal is Rovella. Luis Alberto. Zaccagni. Will they be more dangerous with Luis Alberto on the pitch? Not with a pass like that from Zaccagni. Out comes Barella down the right touchline. He evades one challenge. He's got Rovella chasing him down. Hooks it back. That was splendid work from the Italian international. Back for Darmian. hasn't been an easy game at all for Simone Inzaghi and Inter. Tactical and arm wrestle out there, but they have ground Lazio down. In comes the cross from the right side for Inter. It bobbles around awkwardly. Lazzari has been settled down by the right boot of Felipe Anderson, who boots it beyond halfway. Immobile gets a touch. He's up against Bastoni. Wants to go back inside. Was he clipped? Pending something dramatic happening here. There are two Inter players on yellows, Thuram and Barella. So possibility for a second yellow maybe could swing things. Doesn't look likely, with Di Marco now being brought out of the game for Carlos Augusto, the former Monza player. He's had a really good start to life in Milan. 70th minute substitution. The 24-year-old Brazilian gets his 16th appearance of the season. Has the 1 assist, no goals so far. Got 6 goals and 5 assists at Monza last term. That's his career best. The former Corinthians player. Also, Davide Fratesi wears the number 16. Comes in for the yellow carded Nicolo Barella, who was the architect of Inter's second goal. It's a handy player to have off the bench. Fratesi is Italy's highest goal scorer this year. 4 goals for him, international level. So Barella is the player out, Fratesi in. Was another chance here for Inter to go 3 ahead. Provedel made himself big at the near post to deny the run forward as Mkhitaryan came in on a narrow angle, put in behind. Luxurious kind of football that Simone Inzaghi is playing. Only really struggled a couple of times this season. Both of those were against Real Sociedad. Bisek now has been pushed over by Immobile. Play on though. Acerbi. Bastoni back for the keeper. So Fratesi, also another former Monza player coming in. Of course, swapping over from Sassuolo. But before that, playing with Monza. 8 goals and 2 assists in third division. Going over towards the Emilia-Romagna area. Sassuolo, over near Parma, Bologna, that area of the country. Both of those seasons within Neroverdi, playing 36 games, and each of those 11 goals and 3 assists across those 2 seasons. Has 1 goal, no assist for Inter. This is his 14th appearance of the term that we're currently in, 2023-24. Long ball out from the back line. It's picked up high. Luis Alberto, telegraph pass from Immobile. Immediately puts his hands up, asking for more support. Inter has a free kick on the right side at the back. Rovella might be brought out of the game now as Cataldi lines up along with Pedro to come into this game. Two goals down. Lazio have to throw everything they've got into this. They do not want a demoralising loss though. That's well done by Lazio coming forward now down the left flank. Ball chipped back in towards Immobile. Comes to nothing. A lot of individual efforts in this game as Gila came forward. Now he's back into that 4-man backline. It's a very narrow looking backline. There's lots of space for Carlos Augusto if they can find him down the left. Stifled progression there. Bastoni had to go back inside. Otherwise Carlos Augusto with the right pass would have been away. Some finisher who can hit them from outside the box and shown exactly what he's capable of for Monza. His header finds Thuram. Trying to go around Casale. It's back with Fratesi. He'll lose out. Lazio can organise something here on the counter to come forward through Zaccagni. Down the left channel. Immobile overran the ball. Bisek Now cross for Bastoni. Vertical run forward. He was taken down. There's enough contact there to warrant the free kick from referee Fabio Maresca. 2-0 here for Inter over Lazio at the Stadio Olimpico. Pedro will come into the game for Zaccagni. Zaccagni playing his 100th game in Lazio colours. Not the ending he wants, but not much he can do. 2-0 down, and looks as though he's run out of gas. Rovella is the other player out for Cataldi. Rovella could have been his night with an equaliser. It was saved by Jan Sommer. Danilo Cataldi comes in, 29 years old, the Italian midfielder. Hasn't scored a goal for 3 seasons. He's a good distributor of the ball, though. A wonderful pass from him to find Ciro Immobile in the Coppa Italia a couple of seasons ago against Cagliari. Go look up those highlights. Out from Sommer. Still, besides that one save on Rovella, uncalled. It's just been a weird old night for him. Plenty to do in terms of passing, not much to do in terms of saving, despite Lazio's advances. Teams 15.5 for them at this point, 41 points on the board. And this magnificent German goalkeeper, Danilo Cataldi, now in for his 9th Lazio season. Did have a spell at Benevento and Genoa, as well as Crotone. Pedro in for Zaccagni, 36 years old, the former Barcelona player, Chelsea man. He's got 1 goal in for his 14th of the season. Scored 4 times last season, 9 times the season before that, after transferring over after a year with the crosstown rivals Roma. Marko Arnautovic is the next player to come in, with Inter 2-0 up. Felipe Anderson wanted to send in the cross. Referee stopped the game so that the substitution can be made. Is it Marcus Thuram? I think it will be him. They're going to allow Lazio to take a set piece without the substitution taking place. So Luis Alberto standing over this. It's about 40 yards back from the goal line, about 12 in from the right touchline. Lazio going left to right. Beautiful delivery to the penalty box. Good header away by Thuram. And in tandem by Darmian, it goes over the touchline. Immobile takes a quick throw, but he can't take that. The substitution will now take place with Arnautovic coming on. And Marcus Thuram called over to the touchline. The night is over for the man who scored his 7th Serie A goal. What a combination that is up forward now. 22 goals between Thuram and Lautaro Martinez. Marko Arnautovic back in for his 2nd spell. Started his career with Inter. He's been to China, been to Bologna. Couldn't get a look in with Thiago Motta. Didn't really like Arnautovic up forward. He's been brought in as backup, as a squad player at Inter, with Edin Dzeko leaving. But Thuram rightly has that starting 11 place. Good header won by Cataldi. Lazio coming down the left side. No accuracy on the ball from Luis Alberto. Inter have a free kick for a high foot. And Maurizio Sarri really pacing the touchline. What can he do from here with 12 minutes to go, plus added time? Is there something for them? 1 goal would reopen the door. Bastoni goes back to Sommer. all alone on the penalty spot. Back to Bastoni. Really good delivery with the left foot. Goes over halfway, over the head of Arnautovic. Lazzari, Casale. Here's Alberto, jostles for possession, taken away by Fratesi. Over the top from Çalhanoğlu, out to Carlos Augusto on the left wing. It hits Lazzari, then Guendouzi. In to have a throw. Flag still waving here. Lazio fans proud of their side despite being down 2-0, and have a look at the standings, what this will do to them. They came into this round in 10th, and they will leave it in 11th. Now Martinez puts a left-footed cross in from the left wing, sent away with real haste by Lazzari. Every time Inter comes forward, they are causing all sorts of issues and panic. Lazio's defence being found out here. Casale and Gila simply not up to the task with Marusic. And Lazzari by far has been the best defender for them on the right side. Felipe Anderson leaves the pitch. Santi Castellanos has come over from Girona. Good ball in from the left from Carlos Augusto. Coming to play, could get ahead to it. And Marusic puts a ball into space. Castellanos will pick it up. Now it's tandem up forward, Castellanos and Immobile. So Sarri using this as an experimentation process. Will it reap rewards? Immobile and Castellanos up forward. The back heel from Lazzari, telegraphed. Away goes Martinez. He was held up. It's a poor back heel from Lazzari, and he puts his teammate in real trouble. And into the book goes Nicolo Casale for grabbing the shirt of Martinez. First yellow card of the evening for a Lazio player. So both of Inter's yellow carded players, Thuram and Barella, have been taken off. So 4 changes in total for Lazio, 3 for Inter. Sommer at the back. Acerbi. And for Çalhanoğlu. Back in for Bastoni, who's sitting up high. They find space on the diagonal. Martinez has Carlos Augusto. Will use it into the half space. He'll chop it back. Fratesi is there. Back for Carlos Augusto. Looked onside. Bastoni now. Still going down the left side. 25 yards away from the goal. Back it goes for Mkhitaryan. That's a nice ball. Bastoni to the back post. Arriving was Arnautovic. Couldn't quite get there. Headed away by that's Pedro now. Down the left flank. Needs an option. The veteran finds Castellanos. Immobile out wide. There was Alberto arriving. All the big guns on for Lazio now. What they do to have Milinkovic-Savic as an option. Ball floated into the penalty spot. Headed away into holding the line. Now they can get some space and players forward. There's a 3-on-4. Lazio with the advantage if they can find Martinez, edge of the area, tries to step over, makes half a yard but sprays it to the right of goal. A look of real regret on the face. Could have done better. And it was all about making the space. That was a magnificent piece of work there. It's the way he was able to cut back inside on the right foot, coming in from the left, but needed to finesse it into the corner. He does have a goal to his name. He's been brilliant throughout the 5 years he's been in Italy. World Cup winner. Guendouzi down the right for Lazio. It's been quiet in the second half. They try to chip a ball in, brought down by Castellanos. Guendouzi again for Cataldi, 40 yards away from Sommer's goal. Fairly central. Pedro will pick it up. Sea of orange though at the back. Now is a half chance there. Lazio won a penalty. Did it hit an arm? There'd be time with 6.5 minutes and stoppages. Out comes Provida. Now the referee is telling everyone to play on. Good turn from Castellanos. Immobile is to take it back out to the right. Guendouzi will go to the near post. It's clipped in into player. Somers unable to keep it in. And now we'll have a chance to review. Did this hit an Inter arm? Well, indeed it did, but I think it hit the body of Acerbi first. And it was being pressured by Immobile. So there is no penalty there, I can assure you. 6 minutes to go. And from the right, it'll be Cataldi. Puts it into the near post, away by Mkhitaryan. It's been the story of the night. No real threat from the set pieces, from the corners. Inter have had their measure. 2-0 up on the scoreboard. Martinez and Thuram. It's now Inter at a point in their progression where they have just more than the one danger man. Guendouzi. Cataldi. Cross for Gila. Good ball out from Marusic, who's up high. He'll cut a ball towards the corner flag. Cross doesn't arrive for Immobile. Chested down from Marusic. Poor pass. Picked back up by Lazio. Gila has to hit the pirouette turn button. Gets around his man. Now out to the left. Lazio. It's another poor pass from Luis Alberto. Telegraphed all the way. Now Pedro. Out-muscled by Darmian. Referee says play on. Less than 5 minutes left. Inter has a throw right side. So the rest of the league taking a deep breath as they watch Inter extend the lead at the top to 4 points, pending something miraculous. The last time they met here, Lazio winning by 3-1. What the home fans would do for 3 late goals. They've only scored 16 in the whole of this season. Now conceded 18. Lazzari tripped over. Referee said play on. Now the long-range effort comes from Castellanos. There's a red card. It's Lazzari who's been told to leave the field. Well, salt into the wound. Referee Fabio Maresca has sent Mambo Lazzari from the pitch. He wanted a free kick, didn't get it, obviously. Said something to Maresca. The Lazio players swarm around the referee. And Arnautovic went into Lazzari. He wanted a free kick. Didn't get it. Immobile picked up the ball anyway. Castellanos had the shot. I think Lazzari will get done for blasphemy, as they call it in Serie A. 87th minute. He will ensure that Inter can quite comfortably cruise to victory without expending too much energy in these last few minutes. It's Lazio 0, Inter 2, Inter with 11 men, Lazio with 10. So it looks as though at this stage both Roman-based clubs will lose by a scoreline of 2-0. Inter could go on and do more damage. Lazzari really risking a lengthy suspension here. It took a long time to leave the pitch. Plenty of words to say even with the fourth officials. A chance for Simone Inzaghi to bring on a couple more players. Danny Klaassen and Aslani. One of the players coming out is Çalhanoğlu. He's had another marvellous game. Controlling the midfield, controlling the tempo. Lautaro Martinez will also come off. Cacophony of applause for him from the Inter away section. And Çalhanoğlu puts on the jacket. Aslani in. Danny Klaassen, the other one. David Klaassen wearing the number 14. Christian Aslani, the number 21. Into out through the rights, through Zian Bissek. He'll pivot and go backwards. Happy to make Lazio run. Immobile not giving up, neither is Castellanos. Bastoni backtracks. They want to make sure that Lazio is out of gas, easily getting around them. Titanic effort to come to Rome, go to Naples. These are the victories that win you Italian Serie A titles. The 9th appearance for Aslani this season. He's yet to score in Serie A for Inter. David Klaassen, 30 years old, coming over from Ajax. Just his 4th appearance, so a few minutes for him. A few token minutes, you could say, but still give a rest to the likes of Lautaro Martinez and Hakan Çalhanoğlu. So between Thuram, Çalhanoğlu and Martinez, 29 of their goals. 29 of 39. Conceded just the 7. Just keeps getting better and better as this season goes on. Now it's a situation for Fratesi, who's playing off Arnautovic. They'll get the ball out to Carlos Augusto. That is a fingertip save. A miracle from Ivan Provedel to keep out Mkhitaryan at the near post. He came in from the left from Carlos Augusto, the Brazilian to the Armenian. Was he offside? I don't think he was. But Lazio totally outgunned at the back. And they can thank Provedel. A reaction save. Pushes that over the crossbar. Inter will have a corner from the left. Aslani takes it quickly. Goes short. Receives it back from Mkhitaryan. Swings it in on the left. Away by Lazio. Picked up by Klaassen. Back for Sommer. We've got 6 minutes of stoppages. Can Inter push for another one? A high line from Lazio. They're down by 11 to 10 men. 2-0. A lot of hype in the media about Matteo Sarri maybe moving on. To get a second place finish last season, way beyond expectations. And I can tell you, saw a lot of Lazio last season, and they were the second best side in the league. Inter finishing thirds. Just inconsistency for Inter. A lot of games they just fell asleep, letting sloppy goals. But now it is their opponents that are doing that. 93rd minute of play. Nerazzurri leading 2-0. Who will they face in the second round knockouts of the Champions League? Both of these clubs will find out tomorrow. UEFA draw happening. Napoli the other side through. Milan down to the Europa League. Roma also through. All the Italian clubs through. 7 out of 7. They're still in contention at least for European trophies. Milan defeating Newcastle United. Also, Serie A currently leading the UEFA coefficient for associations, which means they could go on to claim a 5th club in next season's Champions League, which would be something, a little bit of glamour to add a cherry on top to their last 2 seasons, where they had a team in each of the European finals last season, didn't win any of them. Roma really should have won the Europa League. Fiorentina, they weren't outplayed by West Ham, but the scoreline is what will give you an indication. West Ham getting 2-1. Now there's a ball through on the right channel. Arnautovic is isolated. It's up against Gila. Makes him stop and think about it. Back it goes. Half a chance here. And it goes across the goal. It was an audacious effort from Davide Fratesi. Went low across Provedel. And for Guendouzi now. 94th minute. He'll switch play over to the left. It's with Adam Marusic. He'll be So frustrated with his back pass that led to the game's opener here. That set the tone, didn't it? Lautaro Martinez doesn't need to be invited in with a gift of a goal. Still so much work to do for Martinez. But a world-class player like that, you cannot back pass it to him for a one-on-one with a keeper. He rounded Providel, took another touch, went inside, hit it home on his left over the top of Gila, who was sliding it. Lazio has a late free kick over near the right corner flag. Up steps Luis Alberto. It would be interesting if they could get a goal with a numerical disadvantage. The ledger will be the 161st meeting in Serie A. Will be a win for Inter, 68th win for them against Lazio. In comes the delivery. Luis Alberto, glancing header across from Guendouzi. No one there. Castellanos will mow it down and bring it back in for Cataldi. He'll try again. It's a low cross, and Immobile is there. Marusic will backheel it. Goes through to Jan Sommer, who will keep yet another clean sheet on match day 16. Will have 11 clean sheets. That is outstanding, showing that despite Andre Onana's departure for 50 million euros, they picked up Sommer for about 7 million, a little bit under that. And we all know the story about where Onana is and where Inter is since he's gone. He only got 8 clean sheets in the whole season. Long ball. Guendouzi searches out Immobile into narrow spaces in the corridor. Can't keep control of it. Arnautovic giving it up out for Guendouzi, who's really starting to make a name for himself in the Italian capital. Pedro getting over to the right flank. Back it goes for Casale. You think Lazio might be better for this hit out. It's a free hit, you call it. But they gave up the game in the first half. That gift for Lautaro. A long-range effort at the end from Lazio from about 35 yards is the last effort of the game from Adam Marusic. Might have time for this goal kick. Into the 7th minute of stoppages. The Inter players celebrating. They are hugging. They are jumping up and down on the touchline. That is the final whistle at the Stadio Olimpico on match day 16. Thanks for joining us on Flash Score. It ends Lazio 0, Inter 2. All the information on the Flash Score app, stats, the commentary, the head-to-heads, the standings, all there. The goals for Lautaro Martinez in the 40th minute, Marcus Thuram in the 66th. And what a pairing they are. Simone Inzaghi with a win over Maurizio Sarri. We thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.